Bob, it was a pretty nice weekend. You got your golf in before the rain started, so all is well with the big tournament.
Big tournament, and we raised a lot of good money for, of course, the Children's Services all across this area. We are looking at decent weather, too, throughout most of the week. Now, we're going to get back to that pattern, those afternoon and evening storms. I want people to know that a lot of lightning will be happening over the upcoming days. Not so much tomorrow, but more so as we push into midweek and the big weekend, too. A lot of people will be outdoors, so keep an eye into the sky, and also download our weather app. It kind of tells you how far the lightning is if it's around. That weather app can be found at your app store. Just go in there and type in for a search My Suncoast, and you should come up with the weather app and the news app. Download them both. Sue Roberts getting this shot by the Venice National Golf and Country Club, I believe. You can see that storm that was more than likely looking east off into the distance there as storms were mainly inland. Van Wezel webcam today showing nice conditions for sunset and for a lot of evening activities along the coast. Not a bad problem. See a sailboat right there kind of moving across Sarasota Bay, and then a beautiful pink sky as a result of just a few clouds around. Well, those clouds are associated with basically a cold front that has come on down. This front, for the most part, stationary, and it exists right there across central Florida. It's going to push a little bit to the south. There's not much cold air behind it, but there's just enough instability in the atmosphere with that front nearby to cause a lot of storminess over the northeastern portion of the state today. Not so much here. We had a few isolated showers. One storm in particular over northeast Manatee County did produce up to 2.5 inches of rainfall. There are some storms well east of our viewing area mainly. Again, not a lot of rain over a widespread area. More of that, I think, comes by midweek and continues on into the weekend. 89, right where we're supposed to be today. That was the high. 97, the record set back in 2007. Statewide temperatures into the mid-70s to low 80s. 81 now in Sarasota, 83 in Key West, and 77 in Orlando. You can see the temperatures are still very warm, very muggy at this hour, and the water temperature 88 steamy degrees out there. So things are starting to heat up in the Gulf of Mexico in terms of the temperature. Now the RPM forecast model showing those showers fading away. And tomorrow morning, there could be 1 or 2 lone showers right near the coast in the late morning, early afternoon. Then you'll notice the general spread is off toward the east. That's always associated with a front that comes down, and that west to southwesterly wind component in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere out ahead of the front always favors inland storms pushing toward the east coast later on in the day. That will change, though, Wednesday. That front's going to fade away, and then we'll see a return to the southeasterly wind flow around it. That will push the storms back toward the coast or pin them pretty close to it, and a better chance for some showers and thunderstorms Wednesday through Friday. Well, in the tropics, we are continuing to watch not a lot. There's not much going on in the Atlantic Basin anyway. There are indications that we may see something pop off the coast of Africa. And in fact, one of the reliable models, the European, is suggesting that we may see a tropical system developing as early as Friday to Saturday. So we'll keep an eye on it for you. It's a long way out there in the Atlantic, and it hasn't even developed yet. Temperatures pretty chilly in Detroit and Toronto and Cleveland in the 50s there, and 75 in the nation's capital. Still 108 in Phoenix and Kansas City at 60. And it looks as though we will see cooler air spreading across parts of the Tennessee Valley as a result of that cold front coming on down. For boaters tomorrow, not too bad. Seas running 2 feet or less and a light chop. In fact, the boating conditions will stay pretty much the same right through the weekend. So a light chop out there. The water temperature 88. UV index tomorrow at 9, a little higher as we move through the day on Wednesday. Tides upcoming, 250 for a high tide. A low tide will be at 6:32. Sunrise at 6:37. Partly cloudy. A slight chance for an overnight shower near the coast at 20%. Tomorrow, 40% chance for scattered storms, mainly inland, a high of 89. The extended forecast shapes up to be pretty typical for summer. This is afternoon showers and thunderstorms around right through the weekend.